Hello again, all you lucky people. Um, Back out here again. Maybe not exactly the same person that I was the last time I was out here. I have reason to believe this thing is starting to interfere with my head. Um, kind of unusual. Um, but to get this started off, I would like to basically fulfill a couple of requests I saw, and somebody was asking me about the symptoms of this thing. I did get into some of the symptoms. Um, anyway, this is, I don't know what part video this is. It's been that long. I haven't even looked at the old ones to see how horrible they are. Not for a while, anyway. They only got like a few hits on them, so I kind of took it that perhaps nobody really has an interest in this thing. So, and that includes scientists, which I've sent imagery of this thing to, and different institutions. Of course, I'm on Doctor 32, that is in-person physicians. Um, this last one, well, the second to the last, he started to take an interest, but then my insurance changed, and I no longer had a PPO, so they forced me to go back to an HMO. They said, "Oh, we don't do PPOs out there in Bakersfield, California. So you'll have to go with the rest of the cattle company. Moo into the waiting line to get referrals. Get into the chute, wait for your referral." So yeah. Um, so this thing's not going to get taken care of or looked at or examined, or not even a fucking biopsy. Not this year or the next. Not by any American doctors. Um, Possibly, uh, if there was a foreign interest, I'd be more than willing to submit to a test, but no one has raised an eyebrow. I guess everyone thinks this is an AI. Um, I guarantee you it's not. And I guarantee you this condition that I have, I got a bad feeling I'm not going to be around much longer. I mean, I might look good, I might feel good, I might be really, um, well, be able to have some pretty good strength still, and could get around and do unbelievable things, especially with artificial hips. But it's generally because I'm medicated, and being this condition what it is, it's extremely painful. All you got to do is take it under consideration. You have something coursing through your body. Of course, the first AI I asked about this, which was AskAI.com, it gave me several world incidents with the dates and the places, and uh, a pretty good description of uh, even the genus as to what these people were suffering from. And any of these questions, the same questions I put to the AI a few months later, and it totally denied ever giving me that answer. And even when I confronted the machine with "this is what you generated," it basically said it didn't have any reference material, and that, oh, if I have a question to take it up with this 1-800 number, or this .com or whatever it is, screw you type fuck off and die type thing. That's basically what it was. It basically didn't acknowledge what it had generated, and I notice all the other databases are pretty much headstrong on this as well. What I need to find out, and what I don't know, is that there was a woman researcher. Everyone is probably, well, not everyone, but a few people have seen the old video of the tree man. There's a guy, I don't remember if he was like in Guam or somewhere. Well, but anyway, he was back either South America or Southeast Asia or the islands. But anyway, he was called the Tree Man, if I'm not mistaken, and his body resembled tree bark, his skin and his fingers and everything, and so they. Of course, they come to conclude that it had nothing to do with actual plant organism, a plant genus of any type. It actually wound up being, I think it was a papilloma virus that gone wild. I'm slightly medicated right now, so if I sound stupid or whatever, then hey, I got a good reason, okay? Anyway, yeah, so it was this researcher finally went out there and got the gist of it, but also she, I believe it was a she, asserted that it was impossible for a plant genus of any type to exist in a human being. Maybe not those exact words, but by the same principles, or the same, you get it. So I'd like to challenge her. I'd like to challenge her assertion and prove her wrong. The problem is I don't know where she's at. I don't know how to get a hold of her. Most likely, but yeah, you're wrong. I just want to tell you that painfully and respectfully. This is something that you people have never seen before, and if you have, then you're all in omission. That's the only thing I could think of. Is the AI completely omits any existence of any of it even being possible. The problem being is that when I originally addressed this to an AI, I called it exactly as I saw it, or surmised it from the CT scan, and it was following the veins, and of course some of the arteries once it got up to the subclavian. But yeah, this organism or whatever it is rode in on a thorn. Of course, there's an image of that. There's a video I'm going to put out here about one. It's all the slides I put into an AI, and in those slides, well, I'm not set up to put that right now, but so anyway, those slides, I'm going to show you to them right now. These slides were put into the numerous AIs online. I did have a subscription to ChatGPT, and was able to go there and feed these into its system with a basically a self prognosis, if you will, of what exactly is going on here. A self diagnosis, wasn't prognosis, but Wish I had a prognosis. Anyway, yeah. It's kind of hard to concentrate too. Besides having screaming migraine all the time and feeling like something's ripping up the side of my head. So my hearing is going. It was already bad from uh, lots of lots of lots of high velocity rounds with no earplugs. Put it that way. But yeah, that was some time ago. But just recently, things are getting bad really quick. My vision is all of a sudden starting to get like pixelated, burned out pixels. Uh, Lots of floaters, migraine headaches. Mostly on the right side though. And dizzy. Oh yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't even have to drink a beer anymore. You know, I just I was kind of a failure as an alcoholic anyway. But yeah, I got this thing now, and I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I put all these images into the AI, and I'm going to also put the report on here, and that way you can look at it yourself. I do believe I left the report and all the images I usually take to the doctor's office to scare them. I left them in the car, so I'll have to pull it out and I could read it to you. It's not on this computer, it's on the other one. I'm in my garage. I'm over here working on stuff. I got this gigantic. Ooh, almost dropped that damn thing. I got this amplifier. You've probably seen it on a couple other videos. This monstrosity. It's done. It's working, but I'm gonna do something else to it. Anyway, yeah. This last doctor I saw, he pretty much, the first thing he stated, Doctor 32, was, and it was kind of funny. He went over there and said, when I handed him, I just said, well, I need some referrals. I need some for this and that and everything else. And he's like, well, okay. And he asked me, was there, what was the envelope for? And I'm like, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I went over there and handed it to him, pulled the images out and handed him the images, and he, first thing comes out of his mouth, and he's an internist, so first thing comes out of his mouth is, well, that I don't know how to read these. And I said, well, of course you don't. Or I said, what exactly did I say? I said, I said, well, that's okay. I said, you don't have to know how to read it. That's right. I said, you don't have to know how to read it. It's kind of like a car, when you have a flat tire. It doesn't really take a mechanic to, go there and do a diagnosis and tell you that you have a flat tire. All you have to do is kind of walk around your car and you can tell by comparison. I said, all you got to do is compare what you know with what you see and these images. And keep in mind that there are no organs. All the normal organs have been filtered out, and this is what remains. And so eventually he did ask the question, what did I think it was, and I told him. He said, well, I also told him that there's no proof that such a thing could exist, so it's academically being ignored. It goes against standard or established academic paradigm, so don't expect a peer review on it unless it could be proven. And nobody wants to even take a biopsy of this thing, or and especially what it really stems from. And this is what the problem is. It's not just the doctors. I mean, the doctors, if they had free reign, they go out there and do everything they could, I imagine, for people, especially with the billions and billions and billions and or trillions that we're throwing away in other countries for fucking wars, for idiots that all they want is more money, more wealth, more power. For what? They're gonna die. They can't take it with them. They're not gonna become immortal. What, they think Elon's gonna make them a body and they stick their brain in it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it'll be the Tin Man, huh? Yeah, okay. Right. Anyway, this thing. I got an answer back from the oncology, or whatever the hell they are. They're like the medical board, California Medical Board, and basically, that after looking at the radiology or their so-called doctor, and then of course looking at the report, they couldn't find anything wrong. So I basically told them something that I probably shouldn't have, and that's yeah, I kind of hope that in a way that they get to experience what it's like to have something just eat them from the fucking inside out, and have to live a long time and endure it, because these people who are basically in charge of the insurance, these billionaires, what they have done is they have basically not allowed the radiologist to do his job either. They just totally omit that there's anything in the radiology. And I have now 4 CTs to prove it. And not only that, but the first CT, I believe, it was run the way a CT is supposed to be run, and it basically picked up just about everything it could of what I've named this Parasite Junior. It picked up all the details that it could with the imaging solution that I was given. The opaque, 350, whatever it is, I think it is. Anyway, omnipaque or something like that. Yeah. That's the only imaging solution that this thing will ever show up on as well. And it showed up, as you know, in quite detail, even with 3D. Now, all the 3 CTs following this, of course, the emission of the parasite was quite evident in the reports. But it was also the resolution on those images, which I'll show you here in a moment. These images from these other 3 CTs are attenuated, in my opinion. You could do it with basically the density of the organism. They were trying to attenuate it, but they failed. They couldn't attenuate enough of. They were able to attenuate all the small and detailed parts of Junior, but they weren't able to attenuate what exists, the growth on the subclavian. That big old flower-looking structure, that bulbous-looking structure, that anomaly that anybody who is able to look at the hundreds of thousands of images from all the different radiological sites on the internet could do a comparison and see that thing is not supposed to fucking be there. So yeah, the insurance companies, I'm pretty certain, are basically denying the existence, or basically telling the doctor at the radiologist, tell them, hey, no, there's nothing there. You didn't see nothing. It's kind of like similar to where I used to work. You know, you go there. They go there and they bring you into a room and they tell you. They go there and ask you. Well, this is how it's supposed to go, but they ask you, what did you see? And when you tell them what you saw, oh no, they don't. Excuse me, they don't ask you what you saw. They don't expect you to tell them. They want you to write it down. Yeah, I forgot that part. Yeah, that's right. I had to. Anyway, yeah, you write it all down, and then the air sergeant hands it to the suit, and the suit, or the colonel, looks at it, or the ranking officer, if you will, looks at it, and will go there and ask you, is this, after he reads it, and ask you, is this what you saw? Is this what you saw? And if you go there and say yes, he'll, sometimes he'll go there and he'll tell you, no, you didn't. You didn't see any of this. And if you want to continue, see, how is it? It wasn't if you want to continue. Is we really enjoy the quality of work you perform here. So please continue to do so. And you didn't see any of this. And just remember that you have signed your name. You're bound by federal law. So yeah, and then of course you sign your name again, and sometimes again, and then you're able to go. And I heard some people getting their telling them, they're never going to see their family if they don't if they don't know what's good for them or something like that. I've heard some really crazy ones. But anyway, this totally off the wall. The radiologist is unable to put it into his report. Hence, the physician, your primary physician or whatever specialist you go to, is unable to acknowledge that something is there, even though it's right in front of his face, because it's not in the report. So, those are their corporate checks and balances. It has nothing to do with medical whatsoever. And that's what I'm having to deal with right now. Actually, I'm not really dealing with fucking anything anymore. I've truly I've had it. I'm just going to let this thing just, kill me because I don't have a choice. Like I say, unless a foreign interest has an interest. Unless a foreign interest comes over and pokes a needle in this thing and takes it back with them and comes back and sends me an email and tells me what genus it is. That's all I'm looking for. I know there's no goddamn cure for this thing. You're not going to burn it out, pull it out. I'm pretty certain it's woven into the tissues. I feel like I have a heart attack every goddamn day. But it's strange. It just, like I say, I could feel it coursing through my body, everywhere. Not just in my chest, not just in my face or my neck, around my heart, everywhere. This thing is spreading, and I did have something um, in my back here, poking out my back a little bit, or was trying to. I presume that was a tick, but I took out what was in there, and I was able to dig. I was able to dig pretty deep until it popped out and bled like hell, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was because it was all just pieces. So I thought it was a tick. Um, so I don't know when and if this thing will ever seek photosynthesis. I certainly hope not. Um, I surmise that when they do go there and try to do a test on this, or if they ever have to open me up because I'm coughing blood, I hope they don't use regular light. I hope they don't expose this thing so that it metamorphosizes through photosynthesis. Well, it's hard to say that. Yeah, especially after being medicated a little bit. So that's one of my fears, that it will basically seek out, start seeking out, utilizing me as a flower pot, and but hey, I guess there are worse ways to go. Anyway, it's just about there. I'm at 27 minutes here. I've been blabbing all this time. Hope I got a couple of videos there of this thing for you. I guess it just costs money these days to get an AI to do anything for you. The last one I tried to put out there this morning, I had it analyze a video, the same video that it gave me a report on, and it basically told me, "Oh, no, it's impossible. You need to go there and go to a psychiatrist. You know, you're imagining things. You're on marijuana psychosis." It just went on and on and on. Check with your doctor. You know, the typical horse shit. So anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at with this thing. You can't expect AIs to do anything because they're programmed by liars and idiots. So even the machines now are being programmed to lie. So what the fuck good are they? Anyway, I'm not upset. I'm perfectly fine. You know, I look good though, don't I? I really do. I mean, I really look good. So anyway, yeah. I hope this means something to somebody out there. I hope somebody passes on my challenge to that female researcher, or I was a male. I don't care. I challenge you. I challenge you to come and stick a needle in this thing, and then go back and tell me it's not what I think it is. Sure, I'll accept any results that you have, and I'll even come out here, and as long as I could see them, and as long as it could be proven, because I know how people are when they can't accept the truth and they can't accept being wrong. Believe me, I look at myself in the mirror in that regard almost every day. So, but I'm getting through it, and I hope everyone else out here does too. So, until my next video, I'm going to start making more of these things. Hopefully not in the garage with a screaming inverter on the wall. and all kinds of cars going by, but we'll see you all around the ranch, and have a good one, all you lucky people. Take care, and take care of each other, and don't get hurt. Don't go to, so you turn this thing off, and don't go to the doctor um, if you don't have to. Because it looks like right now no one's going to help you but yourself. And that's the line everybody's been made to march in. All right, take care. Bye now.